Parliamo di cinema, una tenera vipera ad ogni genera che oggi è bigama, all'anima libera che non ha più fisima, la gente cinica, misera e anonima, chi vive a Panama ed è morta a Veneta. Parliamo di cinema e di ciò che ci va. John.
Nostalgia Broadcast.
Ciao, Nostalgia Podcast, nuova puntata, siamo all'Accademia di Francia, Villa Medici, siamo qui per parlare con Théodore Pellerin, il protagonista di NINO, regia di Pauline Locke, e the surname, I said, well,
Pauline Locke, yes,
Locke,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. No, don't worry.
I studied earlier before doing this and I already forgot it, sorry. The time, the weather, today is not helping. Il film uscirà il 30 aprile con Minerva e The Film Club, e la puntata uscirà come sempre, insomma, a ridosso dell'uscita, quindi un po' prima, un po' dopo. E vuoi iniziare?
Yes. So first of all, really good job. Is very you did a very good job in the film. Your role is Nino, and while I was watching it, I was thinking that it seems like a really friend. It's a friendly character. So I was thinking which part of Nino is the one that you love the most? The one that is more near to you, or near to one of your friend?
Part of Nino I love most. Well, it's a mix of things, right? It's a bit strange because it's hard to differentiate sometimes a character from a movie, because the character becomes kind of an extension of the script, the themes of the script, the director very often, and also is very much tinted by the other actors that you have in front of you, and so it kind of becomes reality with all of these elements colliding and meeting. And so the part I love most, I don't know, I loved shooting the film and I love the people, and so I love the film. Yeah.
Yes.
And about the character, there's some part, there's some I don't know, aspect of the character that you felt near to you, and which maybe helped you to get into the character well, I don't know.
Yes, but I'd say I think when a a movie like this is a bit strange, because Nino is in every second of the film, and so the film is kind of impossible to dissociate from the character, and so what I love about Nino is what I love about the film, and it's the themes that are carried, and it's kind of what the film makes you feel, and it's what I felt reading the film for the first time, the script. I love how the presence, the importance of silence, and how the truth of the film and the truth of the communication and the truth of what is said is within the silences. I love that it brings back a character to life while they're facing sickness and mortality. I love how much importance it gives to connection and relationships and love and friendships. So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because it's kind of like one thing, right?
Yes. Also, watching the film, you feel a lot of pressure because it starts with the sickness, and then you feel the loneliness, and then there is the party, and so as you said before, the friendship, and then you feel, okay, there is a lot of people. Yes, but before that moment, you feel that the Nino is completely alone, so you feel better, and while you watch the film, and you will be friend with Nino, you think?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure I could. Yeah, maybe I'd be like, do you want to say something? Do you want to talk a little bit?
Yes.
But yeah.
You have something to say? You want to
Yeah.
share with someone?
Yeah, do you need someone on Monday for some reason to
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, I'm free
yeah.
Monday, so maybe we can arrange a tea, a coffee.
Exactly.
I was wondering the relationship between you and the director. Maybe if you reading the script, you thought something, and maybe talking with the director, maybe she gives you another look on the character. I don't know the work with the director.
I mean, yes, I'm sure throughout our conversations in the years that were before the shoot and during the shoot, many things. But I think mostly it's getting to know her and kind of understanding what her world is like and what interests her and what is important for her. And and how much love she's able to give to her actors and to her characters and to her whole team, really. And so it's kind of, you really become when it's well done, you kind of become an extension of the director. You become an extension of their world, of their universe, and that's when you're touching something interesting, because you can't really control that, but I think it's a good thing when it happens. And so it's hard for me to say one thing or some things. I think it was more kind of becoming kind of like her arm or something, Yeah.
So how do you study, because it's a sensitive theme, the sickness, how did you approach to that?
I didn't really approach it through the cancer. I didn't really approach it through sickness. Although my dad and my sister's mom, my half sister's mom, had just had a cancer, it was close to me. But it was much more about understanding who Nino is before the film start, and how kind of outside of things, outside of life, outside of relationships he is, and understanding why a diagnosis like that creates, a return to life, and why being forced into the city, into these conversations, into thinking of sexuality, because he needs to, one of the missions he have is to get some of his sperm into a little box so that he can one day have children, because the chemotherapy will make him infertile. And so it's the liberation of sexuality and of speech, because he needs to tell someone that he's sick in order for them to accompany him on Monday. And so it was much more about all of that and understanding the dynamic of facing mortality than really understanding the details and specific motions of a certain type of cancer, because it's all before the chemotherapy starts, and it's not like we're living and going through all of these very specific, milestones of chemotherapy and search for treatment and then counter treatment and all of these things. So yeah.
Facciamo le ultime 2 domande, ci abbiamo tempo. Vuoi iniziare? Vai? No, vado io la seconda. One of the last question we made to our guests, an experience in the theater and in cinema you remember with that struck into you. Do you remember with something happened in the theater, in the cinema?
Oh, for me?
Yes.
Like watching a film.
Yeah, something.
Whatever film.
I remember seeing Shrek for the first time in the cinema, and I was terrified. And my mom was like, he's like a good guy. And I was like, I'm not sure. He's green and screaming. And then really loving him. So it's funny, I remember watching Shrek. I was, I don't know, like 5 years old maybe? I don't know. And more recently, what did I see in cinema that I loved? I saw Arco in cinema that I really, really, really enjoyed. Yeah. And yeah. Arco is Shrek in Italian?
Yes.
No, ogre, orco, arco.
Yes, I'm always around.
I imagine you. He even eats you talk about Butsen. Even if it's green, it's a good guy.
Yeah.
Even if it's green.
Yeah.
And the last question. No, toi, devi fare, scusa.
Yeah, sorry. The last question that we made is a
Sorry,
simple
but yeah.
one.
Okay.
Your favorite films?
1, 2,
How many?
3. How many? How many you?
Oh, yes.
Um, It's a difficult question. I remember watching and loving the Michel Oslo movies when I was a kid. So it's animated films, like he did Kirikou, but I specifically Prince et Princesse, which was all in kind of like shadows. And I just the music of it and the world of it is. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but it's really struck my imagination. And I think when I hear a music that sounds like the music in those films, it kind of immediately wakes me up, you know. And I just love the poetry of those images and those little stories. I love the performances of Gina Rowlands in the Cassavetes films. So I mean, it's kind of a classic for an actor. It is what moves me most. It's actors more than cinema. I'm sorry. So opening night, I'd say. And then maybe like a Wong Kar-wai film or In the Mood for Love. And I don't know what else I could say. Maybe like a French movie. I just saw. I don't really have favorites, I have to say, but I don't have favorites, but there's a lot of movies that I love. Yeah.
French, you said. No, it's French.
Which one?
No.
Michel Oslo, it is. It's true. But I just watched Loulou, Maurice Pialat's film for the first time, and he probably wasn't a great guy, and Gérard Depardieu is definitely not a great guy, but it was amazing acting by him and Isabelle Huppert, and it was a very economically shot film. I thought it was brilliantly shot. I loved it. Yeah.
I love Azur Asmar.
Azur Asmar, yeah. Or also, I also love. It's very, I love Oslo, August 31st. Yeah, many things. I don't know, many films. Many
Perfect.
Films.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ringraziamo Théodore. Merci Théodore.
Merci à vous.
E niente, we do goodbye. We say ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao because it's ciao with on ciao.
That's your channel?
Yes.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Ciao.